Hi folks, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm. So I know I said to myself I was not going to do another video. However, I did finish another book, and this is Tokyo Ghoul Volume 1. And I will say, oh my lord. So for people that have never read Tokyo Ghoul is a manga about a world in which humans and ghouls live side by side. However, ghouls are on the top of the food chain and humans are their prey. And so you will have people that vanish, they're killed, and they are consumed by ghouls. So I will say this, I have never been able to pronounce our main character's name. So he was born human, and being the kind of person that spends most of his time with his head in a book, he doesn't really understand the kinds of dangers that he and everyone else around him are in, until he goes on a date with a fellow bookworm that turns out to be a ghoul. And this ghoul is known as a binge eater. Basically, she will eat and eat and eat, and she does not know when to stop. So what happens is, she sees him as prey, she attacks him dumbly at a construction site. Yeah, she didn't have much brains on that area. And what ends up happening is, she ends up getting killed by a combination of steel and gravity. Steel and gravity. That will kill you anytime. And her organs are harvested by a doctor who knows exactly what she was. Puts the organs into her victim, to save his life. And what ends up happening is, the organs do not reject him, and he becomes a half ghoul, half human hybrid. The thing about him is that he's still trying to hold on to his humanity. And so this book is essentially the origins of how he goes from being human to being a hybrid, and how his friends at this coffee shop help him out. Meanwhile, with the death of this particular ghoul, other ghouls decide to come in and try to take over her territory. And what ends up happening is, one of these ghouls underestimates our main character here, and he ends up, it takes being pushed to the breaking point for him to finally fight back, and finally he shows what he is, and how, I would say, just how powerful he is. He has the same weapons that almost killed him, but they are part of his body now, and everything. And also, we have this one girl, absolutely love her as a character. She's one of my favorite characters in Tokyo Ghoul. She is a waitress at the coffee house, and she is basically trying to get him to eat what ghouls eat, so he doesn't die of starvation, or he doesn't go insane. At least that's what my belief is, that if ghouls don't eat, they go insane. I might be wrong. It has been a very long time since I actually watched the anime, but I enjoyed it a lot and everything. So I decided to revisit the world and revisit it through the manga. I love the artwork, and I will tell you, the artwork on Tokyo Ghoul and a lot of your Japanese manga and anime, but manga, is so much better than what Americans try to draw, and I just love it. Just get you some artwork here. So you have that. It's really nice. This is what he looks like before he becomes a hybrid. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, so this is here. And of course, there's my favorite character there. There's the binge eater. And I'm gonna, she knows he's dead. Of course, she doesn't realize that it's going to be both of them, that one ends up dead, the other one doesn't. And that's when she finally reveals what she is right there. But yeah, so absolutely loved it. I'm going to go back on the library and see if they have volume 2. I just really don't feel like spending money for my manga. I just want to read as much as the libraries have. But yeah. Alright, so I gave it 5 stars. It was a wonderful, wonderful manga, and I look forward to reading volume 2. So this is it. This is the final video. I'm not doing any more videos. I'll see you guys around.